Good afternoon, folks. I always want to go hidey high for some bizarre reason when I start Festival Friday live, but no, I won't do that. I'll just say hello, happy Friday. Welcome to this week's episode. I wasn't with you last week. I actually ended up skiving off last week, and the reason that I skived off last week was because of the lady on the end. I have to point the right way. So see that Angela is waving. Last Friday, I spent the day with Angela. I'll tell you a little bit about that in a minute, and it will set the scene for why Angela is also a guest on this week's show. I've also got with me the fabulous Emma Roscoe. Emma and I have been connected for quite some time, but she is also playing a fabulous part in this year's event. So I will introduce her and tell her a little bit more about what she does and what she's specifically bringing to Womanifest shortly. But gosh, each week just feels like it gets busier and busier and busier at Womanifest HQ. I'm sure you can see. Look, I'm just piled up with boxes and deliveries behind me now. I've got massive banners on the floor that I'm now going out and trying to put up in the local area without getting caught. I'm like the Scarlet Pimpernel, trying to break all the local, whatever you call them, the local council's rules about putting up posters and signs. And I'm going to have the residents in uproar by the end of next week, because I'll be out putting up signs and banners and posters everywhere we go. So yeah, it's like a printer's heaven in my office this week. Today, actually, I've been out this morning. I've literally just raced back in and like skidded across the office floor on my wheelie chair. So I've been at a Girls Out Loud team meeting this morning with the fabulous Jane Kenyon. And we've had some fun working through her plans for the teen tent at Womanifest. That's shaping up nicely. But we've also, she's got some fabulous yoga and meditation going on in her teen tent. And the lady who's doing that for us came and did womb yoga with us today. So I'm feeling quite zen after a bit of we did quite a lot of rituals. We got to draw a goddess card. Always gives me the spooks when it's that accurate that's what you needed to hear right now. But yeah, we did some womb yoga. I always want to get that back to front and call it womb woga. Yeah, feels like it's going to come out that way, as if you've had a couple of glasses of wine and then tried to say it. Yeah. So, been busy bee doing that, but I feel quite zen. I was proper zoned out with an eye mask on, and then it was like, right, time to go home, get your shit together and get on Festival Friday Live this week. So, yeah, it's very, very busy. I've had a couple of new additions to the lineup this week as well. One in particular that I do want to share this week. The title of it is called The Nude Awakening. I bet you're all thinking, oh, what's that all about? Well, it does what it says on the tin as it goes. So, yes, a lovely lady called Paula, who I've been connected with on Instagram for a while, but didn't really know what it was that she did. And I discovered this week, and I was like, oh my God, it's got to be at the event. It's got to be at the event. I need to find a place to put it in. So she helps women to be more connected and accepting of their own body by getting you naked, right? So not just naked on your own, naked with some other naked women. However, it's a little more gentler than it sounds. And there's lots of ways that she can help women to start to be able to do that. You don't have to go 100% strip at the first occasion. You might just want to do a little bit to get going. But we'll be doing some body painting as part of that. And actually, it's been on my list for a long time to paint my body. I really want to paint my body. So I'm super duper looking forward to that. But yeah, the reason why I was absent last Friday is because I was on a retreat day with Angela. So Angela hosts fabulous retreats, sometimes for a few days, sometimes for a day. So we were together for the day on Friday. In just a fabulous idyllic location in the countryside. And we had a day of breath work, cold exposure, essential oils, some journaling, some great women together. And I planned to come away from that day and do Festival Friday about 4:30. But I tell you what, it threw up some shit for me.
It's great.
Some of you might have seen the reel that I posted of me in the ice bath, and you only have to look at my face to realise that there's some big stuff going on there. And so yeah, I had a little bit to deal with on Friday night last week, so I was in no real headspace to do Festival Friday live, but it was all good stuff. I don't know, Angela, what were your reflections after my experiences last week?
Oh my goodness, Jodie. I think you're such a presence. You're such a character. It was lovely to kind of get close to you rather than this big character. So it was a really, really lovely day and special day, really, to get a bit closer to you. And for me, it was beautiful for you to show. You're very honest. You wear your heart on your sleeve. You're that person. It was very nice to see. You can't help it, but never ever help it. But it's beautiful. But it was nice to see some of your like vulnerabilities, because you are a very strong woman, and a lot of people follow you going, oh my God, she's amazing, she's super strong. But it was nice to have that safe environment for you to be just a little bit vulnerable, and I felt very honoured for you to do that with us. So nice.
Yeah, and I was pretty. I felt stripped bare in the non-literal sense, but I was, I managed to get myself okay with that. I thought, no, this is cool. Go with it. It's fine. And actually, some of the reflections I went home with were more about, I don't understand this perception that I create, because I feel like I'd just be me all of the time. So I've struggled and battled with that one over the last week, because I don't necessarily want to be perceived as this big character, strong woman. But
I think you've changed. So what you did want, I think it was like what you want, like you're hitting the timeline, you're always doing that, but you did want that, and that gave you a buzz at like 10, 15 years ago. But now it's like, it doesn't give me a buzz, it just gives me a huge headache. And it's just that's not caught up to how the changes are, which is quite interesting. I do feel there's going to be big changes for you. Not like I'm some kind of mystic Meg, but from that, like, I just feel there's going to be some kind of
and that's what came up today, actually, in this flipping womb yoga. Right? So, there was a card on the floor that was drawing me. So, I had it, and it was, I took a picture of it so I can see it. It's, my phone's going slow. Come on. Can never remember I don't know how to pronounce the name. Let me see if I can show you this. But look at the card.
Oh, leap of faith. Yes, leap of faith. And I think you well through the breath work and the cold room. You, like you said, you showed that reel. That was you kind of going into your intuition and seeing some fear and facing that. There was just loads of fear of kind of like taking that leap of faith is so hard. When you've built something up, it's like, I might change it a bit now. It's super scary.
Yeah.
And going cold and doing the breath work really helps tune into that and see what it really is.
Yeah, it was amazing, and it's been reinforced again for me today. Same thing. So we were banishing something and then welcoming something else in, and bizarrely, I banished the fear of failure today, and welcomed a bit more flow and abundance in. And actually, after last week, the work that we did, I had a very different week this week. Stuff has come to me. I've been receiving. I opened up my back today to receive more. And I have been receiving. It's worked. Good things came this week, which allowed me to relax a little bit more. So, interesting times.
Gorgeous.
But anyway, let's talk a little bit about Womanifest and the stuff that both of you will be doing. So, Emma, I'll come to you first. Do you want to tell everybody a little bit about you, who you are, and what you do?
Okay, so I am the founder of the Kinsiki Collective, and I'm a woman on a mission to show with, I suppose, like grit and grace that surviving shit can actually be really beautiful and empowering. The work I do now with the Kinsiki Collective is around empowering other women who've previously experienced intimate partner abuse to be able to kind of like own what they were subjected to without feeling defined or held back by it anymore, so they can kind of reconnect to who they really are who they were before, who they're becoming, and then step forward for themselves unapologetically so they can live like a full life on their own terms.
Amazing, amazing.
So it's like a proper passion mission for me.
Yeah. Purpose-led, heart-led, definitely. And so at Will Manifest, tell everybody a little bit about what you're doing, what that'll entail, and what maybe they could take, or why they shouldn't miss it. What's in it for them?
Okay, so I'm talking on the main stage. My talk is called Fuck Being Ladylike, Let's Be Unapologetic Instead. Yes. So whether you agree with me, like come along, let's have some hell yeah moments together, or if you're just curious to learn a little bit more about how you can embrace being unapologetic yourself, then I got some tips. I can't promise I won't have you shouting stuff out. It may or may not happen. That's not a threat. I'm just saying, be prepared. But no, there's little candid insights as well into my own journey, because the woman that people see today is a whole world apart from the woman I spent a lot of my life being. And I want future generations, and I want little girls to know that they can be whatever the hell they want to be. Like, they can be sugar and spice and all things nice if that's what they want. But if they don't, then that's all the better, in my opinion. But it's just as cool, and there's space for everybody. I think there's no one way to be a woman, and there sure as hell isn't a right way to be one either. So I think, and yet we still get compared against these like ideals and these kind of like patriarchal ideologies about what a woman should and shouldn't be, and how she should look, and how she should carry herself, and how she should speak. And it's bullshit. Absolutely. And I think it's time we kind of like came together and really called time out on all of that, and kind of embraced all of our perfect imperfections, and just said, this is who I am. This is how I want to be seen. You don't get to decide that for me. And that's kind of how I want other women to walk away feeling, and younger girls as well, because like I needed to hear this stuff when I was younger. My life would have been very different. A huge chunk of my adult life would have been very different if women were talking about this stuff and were encouraging me to just love myself for who I was, and not feel I'd got to enhance parts of myself or hide other parts of myself just to tick boxes for some bullshit ideology that's outdated and that there's no place for anymore.
Amazing. And have you given any thought to what song you will come onto the main stage on? Because as you were talking through that, I did get a particular tune in my head.
Did you know? I didn't know that was a requirement. That's going to be a whole...
It's an option, but it's so good to...
No, I'm here for it. I'm here for like coming on and having a little bit of a boogie, like, do you know what I mean?
Don't worry, it'll be part of our briefing on the 1st of August to like pick your sting to walk onto. But so just as you were talking, I had This Is Me in my head. Pretty Showman, This Is Me. But that may or may not be yours. May or may not be.
I mean, I love that. I'm here for that. Yeah. I'm going to have to give that one some thought. I'll have a few sleepless nights over this, Jode. I'm not joking. It
could be that. Oh, well, no, that one could be better than that one. Yeah, you'll have like a mashup of something.
Maybe.
Mashup of something. But you know what? It's something that I see all of the time. And that's us saying, sorry. Do you know what? Twice this week, when people know more than that, maybe 4 times this week, if I include last Friday, Angela, have I come across women who have apologised for getting a little bit upset or a bit emotional about something. I'm like, no need to say sorry about that. Let it all out. And that's just one example of things that we are apologetic for. Yeah. We start a lot of our sentences with, I'm really sorry, blah, 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 blah. And actually, wouldn't it be lovely if we didn't feel compelled to start all of our, or a lot of our sentences with that? Yeah. I've just read this book. It's up in my bedroom, so I'll show you a picture of it, right?
That looks good.
Oh my God, I read it in 2 evenings. It's not a doorstep book like that, but it's a decent sized book. So it's Laura Bates, Fix the System, Not the Women. And actually, I want to try and get this woman to Womanifest. She is epic. So if anyone knows her, tap her up for us. I'm going to send her some messages, but if anyone's got any clout, that'd be helpful. This book will have you ranting your head off. It is like some of the things in this are shocking about the way women have ended up being apologetic for ourselves, and just how systemic a lot of the issues are, but that are presented to us as isolated incidents. Yeah, very interesting read. I won't do any more of a spoiler than that.
No, I'm going to check that out now.
If you're one of those women that's a little bit apologetic for yourself and actually you prefer not to be, but really your mindset's not shifted to be there yet, or your mindset has, but you're not quite sure how to make that happen, then Emma's talk is definitely one to plan on your list for At Will Manifest. What day are you on, Emma?
Sunday.
All right.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss that. Thank you, Emma. So Angela, obviously I've given a little bit away about what you do, but do you want to share a little bit about the work that you do in the world these days?
Yeah. I think a lot of what Emma said really kind of resonated, and it's like we're teaching the same thing, but from different angles, using different tools. A lot of my retreats are, people do say, so I'm like, did you hurt me physically, or did you mean to hurt me? So you didn't, so you don't need to say you're sorry. Unless you actually hurt me, then you might want to just say sorry. But a lot of times you don't need to say sorry. And it's a word that I kind of ban usually on retreats. But it was interesting. It's just interesting listening to you, Emma. I think I had the before and after, and you look back, and I think if I had all the role models that are around me now, like you guys and other women that are in my reach, I would be like an amazing mum. But I didn't have a great role model as a mum. I didn't really have any grandparents. Teachers were British shit. It's like there was no female role models when we were growing up. And I've got a daughter now, and I was like, you're so lucky to have all these role models. Obviously, I'm a mum, so she doesn't think that I'm very cool. But you can introduce her to other people. But my before and after is like before the cold and after the cold. So before the cold, I would say it was a bit of a victim mentality, like, oh, woe me, look at all the shit that's happened to me, and I can't do this because I've had shit happen to me. It was just a very victim mentality, and it was all very woe me. And I think then after the ice, I stopped looking back and trying to fix myself and trying to heal myself, although it's very important. I stopped doing that so much because I understood what my behaviours were, and then I literally started looking forward and going, what am I fucking capable of? Let's see what this woman is capable of. With these teachings, with this role models, and with this cold and breath work that I teach, and I just keep going from strength to strength. This week, I have to say, kind of showing a bit of vulnerability. I've cried a lot this week. There's been a lot, just loads of emotion. Whereas before, I would have just gone, just battle on and let's go and crack on and must come and do. But I've literally just wallowed in it a little bit. Obviously, I've not been like super negative, and I've tried to pull myself out, but I've let those emotions sit, tried to understand them and tried to work through them rather than let's just push them off, and because they come back and bite you on the arse eventually. And I think my thing now is I go to the cold, so I put myself in cold water. I started the cold probably at the beginning of lockdown, and I've just gone from strength to strength with it. So when my business or something's going on with my life, I want the answers. I want that intuition. I want to find which path I should take. I go colder for longer. I do more breath work. I find that through kind of very, very important in my life.
Yeah, it's amazing. So if people don't know much about this and they just hear the words Wim Hof, so what that's about.
So the Wim Hof method. So cold water therapy. So going cold in ice baths, or even just going a bit colder than you usually have your house temperature. Going colder is healthy for you, for your body. Using it in conjunction with breath work and mindset. So those are the 3 pillars of the Wim Hof method. And Wim Hof does not own breath work. He doesn't own cold water exposure. He certainly doesn't own mindset. These things have been around for centuries. But what he's done, he's put them together in a really nice little package so that everyone can understand them, everyone can practice them in their own homes or at workshops or whatever that is. So it's a really, really easy to understand method, and the health benefits. So I did mine initially to reduce anxiety. It's an anxiety that I had throughout my life. It's balanced my hormones in terms of perimenopausal shit going on, and it built me from strength to strength mentally and physically. I feel more connected. I've never been spiritual before, but I feel connected to myself, my people around me. And so Wim is a guy that's brought this method, and I am a qualified instructor of the Wim Hof method. So I do extreme cold, but I teach people to do it gradually and find that their own journeys. My journey is my journey, but everybody else's journey is just as important and different as well. So the egos get dropped through the method, because I mean the thought of getting naked in front of loads of people is fear factor number one for me. So I'm constantly trying to do things that I don't find getting in a cold tub frightening anymore. It's what I do, and it's not a fear factor. But going to an art class and being told to freestyle on, that's filled me with fear. I'm like, oh my God, there's no structure. I need blah, blah. So I do things like that to face my fears as well. So it's different for different people.
Yeah. I just want to keep having new experiences and pushing my own little boundaries of finding more stuff out about myself and what I'm capable of and what it helps to bring up for me. Because I'm one of those people that did bury a load of emotions, dust yourself out, just get yourself up, dust yourself down, crack on. There's no use crying over spilt milk, blah, 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 squish, squish, squish. And they've all come up now and bit me on the arse as soon as I turned 40.
Yes.
I
think when I first started the Wim Hof method, I just cried every time I did it. And it was like someone rubbing my back, when you're puking and someone's going, get it all out, honey. And it was just like crying, emotions. And so now I'm kind of, it's all out. And I don't want to ban the word around freely, but trauma, little traumas, big traumas, just all coming out. And now it's kind of, if any little things happen to me, every day I'm getting them out. So I'm like a fresh person every day without carrying this big bag of shit around with me all the time.
Yeah. This last week I've definitely felt lighter, and I was cold showering anyway. We in my members group in the Woman Up Society, we decided we needed a little bit of oomph for something to go on through July. So we kind of had two. We called them challenges, but they're not hardcore challenges, but something that we could try and have a go at making a bit of a habit of, for a bit of structure, a bit of health, bit of whatever. So we've had a hula hooping challenge going on. So some people wanted to start gradually, but each day increase their hula hooping time.
Yes.
And then some of us wanted to do cold showers and, gradually just see how much more we could, work with.
How did you find the press-ups, Jodie, at the retreat?
Oh my God. Right. So a couple of years ago when I had a PT, I could nail press-ups, right? But since I packed it in, after I did my back in, not had a PT since. So I've not done press-ups now in probably 2 years. So I couldn't do one. I did about 18, didn't I? Did about 18.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a little bit sore across here the next day, but I got in the cold.
Yeah.
Right? I got in the cold, and it took away all of that,
acidic in your muscles,
the acid in my muscles. It was amazing. But after Friday, I was in the cold shower for 3 minutes every day and enjoying it. Yes. Just like I almost couldn't get the shower cold enough. It wouldn't go any colder.
Yeah.
But like just extended the time a little bit. So that was amazing. So I'm converted. It's fantastic. And that's why I invited Angela to come to Womanifest. So do you want to tell everybody a little bit about what will be on offer for them?
Yeah. Super excited to come to the event. I think one of the main attractions was what you're doing with the Girls Aloud stuff.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing is you've invited me to do breathwork session in the tent. So it'll be a group breathwork session where I'll explain the Wim Hof breathing to you, and we will do a Wim Hof breathwork session. And see what goes. I don't want to kind of tell people what happens because everybody's different.
Yeah.
So we do a breathwork session as a group, and when you're doing it as a group, you kind of feed off each other's energy, and you feel that's so much more. And then you are free to come and do an ice dip if you want to. So there's a little package there, doing a breathwork session and come and get into the cold water. I'll try and get it as cold as I can.
Yeah. So it's honestly, it's something I would highly recommend doing, and it is a pre-bookable activity. It is an extra activity. So the walking on hot coals, walking on broken glass, and the breathwork with ice dip are the 3 big experiences that you can pre-book. So you can go to the website. They're all there under the experience tab in the menu. and then you can click through and book your place and secure your place.
Yeah, but if not, do you know, it's kind of, I'm there for questions. My passion, like Emma said, is like, my passion is that people take stuff home and they do stuff rather than just come into these events going, that was nice, and then they go back to their normal stressful life. It's like, come and talk to me how you can get this into your everyday life and start living it, you know. So yeah, come and talk to me even if you don't book on.
Yeah, amazing. So there's just, it just gets richer and richer and richer every week, doesn't it? It's definitely becoming the event of the year. And lots of people are saying to me, "Oh my God, I can't wait for this." I've just realised, look,
I just realised that as well.
I've got a wrong hand, I've got a thumb. They're the only ones I've got left now. They're coming off in a bit. Like a tramp with half a hand of nail varnish on. So yes, you know, we've got now, what is it? Just under 2 months to go now. So I think it is bang on 8 weeks tomorrow. So yeah, not long to go. Lots and lots to do. Get ready. But we're getting to the nice bits now around how are we going to dress this place? They're the lovely bits. The lovely bits to do. So yeah, all the big jobs are done. However, I've got to do an exam on Tuesday. So doing a festival outside is a bit different to running it in the Hilton in Manchester, which obviously you would expect. And a big part of this is that you have to have licenses from the council to do activity like this, which include being able to play music, you know, to sell alcohol, all of that stuff. That's all in place, boxed off. But I got a phone call the other day saying, right, so when you've got an alcohol license, you have to have a person that's called a designated supervisor, designated premises supervisor, DPS, right? So I put myself down as the DPS. Turns out the DPS has to pass an exam to hold a personal license to sell alcohol.
Who knew?
So now I've had to sign myself up for an exam on Tuesday morning so that but that does mean I have officially another string to my bow in that I can be a landlord. And then I can host anybody's party and serve and sell alcohol from this point. It's like getting qualified to become a vicar or something. That's what it feels like.
Brilliant.
So yeah, loving all the new experiences it's bringing me. Fantastic. So yeah, better get busy this weekend, going out, putting banners and posters up. If any of you that are local happen to see me, please do stop and help. If anyone wants to come and collect a few and put them up near them, feel free, or I'll post you some. Yes, because we owe it. I've decided this week, I owe it, particularly to the women of the northwest of England, to make sure they know about this event. I'm doing the women a disservice if I don't get my arse in gear and up the ante on shouting about this event. So I'm getting on with it. So yeah, busy one for me. What are you two ladies up to this weekend? Anything nice?
No. So yeah, just normal shit. Go on, Emma.
Yeah, nothing exciting to report my end either. Although, when I saw your lovely picture recently of your vulva cast.
I'll get it out with that.
Honestly, I am such a prude when it comes to stuff like this. I can't cope.
Any opportunity to show it off now, right? Here we go.
Yeah.
There you are.
Beautiful.
Right, if I put it up in your face like that, you see me in a whole new light. I've got to get comfy with it though, haven't I? It makes me go a bit icky at the thought of going, oh my God, everybody now knows what my fanny looks like. But you know what? I'm asking other people to get comfortable with this, or it is a bit like getting in the ice bath, Ange, to kind of go, no, come on, settle in, Jodes, settle in. Don't get tempted by it. It's all right. Just keep going. Breathe through it.
Yeah, definitely. No, well, I got the kit, didn't I? So I got the do-it-yourself kit. Might have underestimated how trying it can be to plaster cast your own vulva. So I did a practice run, and she looks quite pretty. She's gold. Yeah.
You're not gonna show us.
Oh, this is very exclusive.
You don't have to.
Go on, I will.
This means I've officially now got 3. No, I haven't. I've got 12 now. 12.
No one has seen it, but obviously people have seen my vulva before, my real one, but no one has actually seen. It's not been locked away,
No.
but no one has seen this. But it's. I want to.
Do you want a drum roll?
Do it again. Yeah, I've got to do it again. Okay, ready?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, brilliantly.
Yeah, but it's got a hole somewhere where I haven't got a hole.
Never mind.
It needs yeah, it was quite tricky, but
Oh,
I'm gonna
well done, you.
yeah, but I'm gonna have another go. So because I learned from doing that one how to improve my technique for doing this one. So.
That's why
You shave all your hair off.
Did
you shave all your hair off, Jodie?
No, I didn't. No. I mean,
yeah,
I tend to swing between having hair and not having hair, or having a bit of hair. Like I like to change this hairstyle, and I also like to change that hairstyle. But when I had mine done, I did have a bit actually. I did have a bit, and all she did was put some like Nivea cream on it, just so that the plaster didn't stick. But it's the stuff that goes on you is like the stuff that they do impressions for your teeth, so it peels off really easily. It doesn't pull your pubes out.
Yeah.
Good. I'm dead proud of you, Emma. You are now the second person to show their vulva for Festive Vulva. There you go.
Didn't plan on getting my vulva out on this live session, but
there you go. I love you for it. Well done. Well done. No pressure, Angela, when you're ready to join. No,
it's just not happening. It took me ages to talk about periods and
no, you did say
people. I sent it to my friends who know me as like this. I've come a long way. Don't get me wrong. There's obviously issues going my way. I can't, but I'm happy with just how I am. To be fair, but yeah, it's a long way off. Not September. I might do it one day, but not.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. I know that. But those that are teetering on the edge of, I could if I just let myself.
Amazing. Yeah, amazing for doing it.
It's funny, isn't it? But yeah, it's got a proper place on a unit in the office. Like
mine too. Yeah, so mine's on my bookshelf on the top of it, and I had an electrician round last week. And then just as I like let him in, I was like, "Are you all right with the dog? You all right?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm fine with dogs." I'm like, "All right, yeah, I'll just be pottering about, just do what you got to do," sort of thing. And then I had the moment of, oh my God, I literally sprinted up the stairs and like just grabbed it and shoved it under a pillow.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yeah, I'll have it on as part of a display at Womanifest. I'm here for that. Yeah. And I'll probably, I will share it in other places, but I was like, I don't need the electrician to be looking at that.
Do you know what? He's not privileged enough to see it.
No. Didn't even know my first name. He's not seeing that.
No, not at all. Not at all. Oh, amazing. Do you know what? I could chat to you two all afternoon, but I'm sure you've got children to collect from various places, because this is it, guys. School's out for summer officially from today, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, there we go. Next time we get our life back, we'll be 2 weeks away from Womanifest.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. That's a bit scary, actually, but never mind. I'm actually child-free this weekend. Obviously, 2 of them are over 16, so Lord knows where they are. But the 11-year-old has gone to Wales. One of her friends' families are going there for a week, and they've allowed the daughter to take 3 of the other friends for the weekend. Wow. So they've all gone off to Llangollen this afternoon, and she's even been delivered back to us on Sunday night. So I'm like, what should we do? Where should we go? What should we do? So yeah.
Oh, lovely. We'll have a lovely weekend.
Yeah. Right. Well, love you and leave you, everybody. We will see you next week. Let's see. I'm not too sure who we've got on next week, but be more exciting people to share with you. So have yourselves a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you later.